We're going to call this called board meeting of January 6, 2025 to order. First item on the agenda is the approval of the agenda. Do I hear a motion?
So moved.
There's a second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Second item on the agenda is the approval of the minutes. Do I hear a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Board members, our agenda today includes some business and personnel actions. First items under business is a recommendation to approve a bid in the amount of $2,335,626 with CT General Contractors LLC for the baseball bathroom concession stand building improvements. The funds for this project are from the shared spaces agreement with the city of Vestavia Hills, state grants, and private donations.
You've heard the superintendent's recommendation. Do I hear a motion?
So moved.
Hear a second? Second.
I do want to elaborate again on a statement I made as part of the recommendation that this project's been ongoing for quite some time. And in fact, it was last spring when I asked the city council to consider a 3-year commitment of funds to fund shared spaces areas that we could do some improvements with. This past summer, we completed some of those projects, one of which was at Valley Ridge, where we made some improvements to get down to the lower field. We did field turf at the high school. This year, those funds from the city, this fiscal year, those funds from the city are appropriated to this project. And we were able to do this one a little bit more aggressively because we got some additional grant funds from the Lieutenant Governor's Capital Grant Fund, from Senator Wagner, from Commissioner Bowling, and putting those together with private donations, corporate sponsorships. We're able to do this project, and the school system's involvement is that we will facilitate the project, of course, like we always do, working with our architect, and we pay for the architectural engineering fees. Beyond that, that's how the project's being paid for, and it is a really good project and a very much a necessary project for a lot of different reasons.
You know, Dr. Freeman, for the shared spaces going forward, the space will not be used just for school activities, but there will be community activities.
Yeah, and Rusty Share, appreciate you being here. Mike can elaborate some, but there has always been a bit of the use of that facility with recreational programs. Some, particularly the middle school ages, sometimes we use that field area. So there's already some benefit taking place. So you want to add that?
I need to go there.
No, you said.
Yeah, so for years, the baseball facility's been used by the middle school league. They have their tournaments there, they have their championship there. And I think part of the reason it hasn't been utilized more is because of safety concerns with the current building. And those concerns are being addressed with this project. So I think once those are in place, the building, the whole facility will be much more feasible for use by the park leagues.
All right, so you've heard the superintendent's recommendation. All in favor?
Aye.
I'd just like to comment that, again, over my, it's now 4.5 years, I've been so pleased with how well the city and the board work together. And I think this is just another example of the city and the board coming together for needs, both for the schools and for the community, and to meet those the best way possible. So the rest of you appreciate what y'all do.
Thank y'all.
Yeah. I think it bears noting that when commitments like this are made from the city, to bear in mind that the city also has a lot of knowledge. If you see the citizen survey, if you're one of the people chosen to do that, I mean, there are multitudes of things that they have to consider in terms of funding. So the whole approach that we had was, what are the things that we do together in terms of facilities? We use city facilities, city uses school facilities. And so that's why we target dollars to the shared spaces areas, which are our athletic recreational areas. So it's really a partnership, and it's a good project. So, all right, item B, I recommend the board approve the contract with CT General Contractors LLC for baseball concession stand building improvements.
You've heard the superintendent's recommendation to approve the contract for the improvements of the baseball facility. Do I hear a motion?
So moved.
Your second?
Second.
Board members, ask Mr. Boone, as always, to review these contracts. Any comments on this?
Yes, sir, I approve it.
And support the project wholeheartedly, by the way.
All those in favor?
Okay. Item C, recommendation is to approve the naming of the baseball facility, the Wagner Family Baseball Facility.
You've heard the superintendent's recommendation to name the baseball facility the Wagner Family Baseball Facility. Do I hear a motion?
So moved.
Do I hear a second?
Second.
Right, I want to just make some brief comments on this, and Whit's put together a press statement that we can share, John, with you as well. But it goes without saying, Senator Wagner has been a incredible support of our school system for decades. And he has, for many years, not only just supported us, as a community member, but as a legislator. He's supported us as a parent. He has, since I've been here, given multitudes of community grants to various projects that have helped career tech programs, arts programs, the STEM program we now have in place in the elementary school. So it's always just worked behind the scenes really to support our schools. He's had kids go through the school system, and just a lifelong legacy of support for our school system. I think this is a great way to honor him, to honor his family. And Rusty again is here and might want to make some comments as well about that.
Yes, sir. I'd just say that, as you said, Senator Wagner has been a behind-the-scenes supporter of everything Vestavia Hills, as well as everyone else in his jurisdiction. But he has a particular fondness for the baseball program. His son Jay was a standout player there. In fact, his son Jay's jersey is the only retired jersey in the Vestavia history of the Vestavia Hills program. So this is something that's near and dear to his heart. And he and I actually first discussed the issues with this facility in February of 2020. I watched two people slide down the ladder at the press box, and we started talking about things that could be done to fix that facility up. And here we are almost 5 years later, and it's coming to fruition, and it would not happen without Senator Wagner's help. I talked to him about that we would as a baseball board member, I talked to him about how we would like to honor him by naming a facility after him. And after a lot of conversation, we said, if y'all ever decide to do that, if the school board ever decides to do that, I would like to be named after the family. And so that's how we got where we are today.
I like to add, just as far as I was fortunate enough to grow up with the Wagner family. Jay and I grew up together, went to church together, and the Wagners are just wonderful, wonderful people. But I think it's very fitting. It's called the Wagner Family Facility because his wife, Sweet Marilyn, has been there every step of the way. And I mean, just goes back to not only the baseball program, the football program, basketball, you name it, but anything this community needs. Jabo Wagner has not just shown up, but he's done the work behind the scenes to make it happen. And it's just, there's countless stories. I think it's fitting, Coach Dunn's homecoming where everyone showed up. Jabo gave the talk and he gave the proclamation like he's done thousands of times for so many citizens and so many things. So just couldn't be more pleased and excited and for what's a need, because I remember the first state championship and seeing just the thousands and thousands of people there. Scott was there and thinking, where are those people going to the bathroom? because we had like just one spot, and I mean there were just thousands of people, and they're not, and that's right, and so you have to walk up to the football stadium or whatever, and so to finally address what's been a long time coming and just something small is much needed, and it's just going to help us. I mean, we've always claimed we have the best field in the state. Just to parlay it with the best facilities now, we welcome and really excited for it.
I think this is well-deserved, well-earned honor. Wagner's are certainly on a short list. If they're not the first family in Vestavia, they're on that very short list of those. Senator Wagner has been a supporter of the school system since day one. I've heard Mr. Boone talk about that, and I've heard Kate Tipton talk about how important Senator Wagner was to get her to Vestavia, and his support for not just athletics, but the math teams and debate teams is very important, and doing a lot of fundraising for those groups as well back in the late 80s, early 90s. So he's been a supporter of our system, of our city, for as long as he's been a member of it. And this is a great honor, and I'm thrilled that we get to be a small part of that. So, I guess, all right, I was gonna say, all those in favor of naming the baseball facility, the Wagner Family Baseball Facility?
All right, thank you. And Rusty, there is a baseball banquet that will more honor him coming up pretty soon.
Yes, sir, January 16th at 5, doors open at 5:30 at the Civic Center. It'll be a full service dinner. It's our second annual leadoff dinner in conjunction with the Vestavia Sports Hall of Fame reunion, which will continue to do this every year. And Senator Wagner is the honoree this year, and we will publicly announce this approval today, as well as the naming of the facility for the Wagner family. And invite you all to attend. If you don't have the information, I think most of you know how to get in contact with me, and I'll send it to you. But we're expecting a huge crowd, and it's going to be a great night. And we're going to let Jay speak for 5 or 6 minutes, and or so.
Yes.
All right, thank you. All right, item 5 is personnel, and I recommend the board approve personnel actions that have been submitted.
You've heard the superintendent's recommendation to approve the personnel items that as they have been submitted. Do I hear a motion?
So moved.
Hear a second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Okay.
Does not look like we have anybody here for public comment.
I have one, if it's time.
Absolutely.
I'm just very proud, I think all of y'all already know this, but I'm proud to say for the record and for the film and citizens that our very own Abby Stockard was crowned Miss America last night. Abby is a 2021 graduate of Vestavia Hills High School. Her parents graduated from Vestavia Hills High School and still live here. So we're real proud of Abby, and I just want the world to know it.
I think there's only been 3 from Alabama as Miss America. The last one was 2005, so very, very impressive. And all of our kids were watching. She's a great representative of our community and especially for young women, so proud of her.
And she is a beautiful, talented, and very brilliant young lady.
She is so impressive in so many ways. I think all of us have had some contact with her in different ways. Could not be more happy. There were a lot of cheers and a few tears in my household, and she won last night. So
Yeah,
it's fantastic.
Same here. I got 9-year-old and 11-year-old boys, and you would have thought we were watching the Iron Bowl at the end. It was very exciting.
That's awesome. Thank you for bringing that up. Absolutely. With that, I will take a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
Second.
All in favor? All right, we're adjourned. Guys, I need to get